My dear sisters, I want to begin with a simple question. Why is it that when a flower blossoms in the garden, everyone is drawn to it? Because of its beauty, its fragrance, and its uniqueness. Yet, if someone cuts it and puts it in their pocket, that beauty fades, the fragrance disappears, and the uniqueness is gone. In the same way, your life is a flower. You must be careful with those who come close, because not everyone comes to admire. Some only come to take. There are people who will enter your life with a smile, but behind that smile is an empty hand waiting to ask. And it is important to recognize what they ask from you, because if you give it away, you lose the very strength that makes you who you are. The first thing you must stay away from are those who ask for your peace. Your peace is your foundation. If someone constantly pulls you into arguments, into negativity, into restlessness, then slowly they are destroying the ground on which you stand. Without peace, you lose clarity. Without clarity, you lose direction. Guard your peace like a sacred temple. The second thing is your dignity. When someone asks you to compromise your values, when they demand that you change who you are to fit into their world, understand this is not love, this is control. Your dignity is your crown. No one should take it away. The third is your time. Time is the most precious gift you have been given. If people waste your time, if they drain your energy, if they demand your presence without respect for your journey, then you must learn to walk away. Time once given will never return, so spend it with those who lift you higher, not with those who keep you small. The fourth is your dreams. There are people who will ask you to put aside your dreams so that theirs can live. They may disguise it with sweet words, but at the heart of it, they are stealing your fire. A life without dreams is a life without direction. Protect your dreams because they are the seeds of your future. Peace is not something that you buy in a market, nor is it something that another person can hand over to you. Peace is the quiet strength inside your chest, the stillness in your breath, and the gentle clarity of your thoughts. When you wake up in the morning and your heart feels calm, that is the foundation of your whole day. Without peace, even the brightest opportunities appear dark. Without peace, even the greatest blessings seem heavy. And yet, there are people who will try to take this peace from you, not always with loud demands, sometimes with subtle words, sometimes with endless negativity, and sometimes with constant drama that draws you into their chaos. When someone asks you for your peace, they are not asking directly. They do it by creating situations where you lose your calm. They expect you to react to their anger. They demand your attention for their noise, and they thrive on pulling you into storms that were never yours to begin with. But you must learn to recognize the value of your peace. A woman with peace is a woman who cannot be controlled. A woman with peace is able to think clearly, to see who belongs in her life and who does not. A woman with peace walks with quiet confidence. And this confidence unsettles those who wish to keep her small. Think of peace like clear water in a glass. Every time someone throws their dirt into it, the water becomes cloudy. If you keep allowing everyone to pour their negativity into your cup, you will no longer be able to see through it. That is how confusion grows. That is how doubt takes over. And that is how you forget the power you carry inside. So, the first responsibility is to guard your peace as if you are guarding your life itself. Because in many ways you are. There will always be people who test your patience. They will try to provoke you. They will criticize you without reason. They will demand explanations for choices that are not theirs to control. In those moments, you must remember that losing your peace means handing them victory. It is giving them the power to shake you. But when you choose silence instead of reaction, calmness instead of anger, and clarity instead of confusion, you show them that your peace is not available for anyone to take. Protecting your peace does not mean isolating yourself from the world. It means choosing wisely who you let into your space. It means understanding which conversations are worth having and which ones are designed only to drain you. It means noticing how your body feels after being with certain people. If you feel heavy, anxious, or restless, it is a sign that your peace was disturbed. Learn to listen to that sign because it never lies. Your peace is also connected to your ability to focus on your goals and your dreams. Without peace, your mind is scattered in many directions, chasing problems that are not yours. With peace, your mind becomes sharp, like an arrow that knows where it is heading. Those who ask for your peace are not just disturbing your present moment, they are stealing from your future. Because every day lost in chaos is a day you could have used for growth. There is also another truth. Sometimes the person who takes your peace may be someone close, someone you care about deeply. That is why it becomes even harder to walk away. But remember, love is not measured by how much chaos you can tolerate. Real love does not require you to sacrifice your inner calm. Real love supports your peace, protects it, and values it. Anyone who repeatedly disrupts your peace is not giving you love. They are taking your strength. In a world that constantly demands your attention, your effort, and your energy, peace becomes your most sacred weapon. When you have it, you see clearly, you feel deeply, you act wisely, and most importantly, you remain unshaken. So, never give away your peace to arguments that do not matter, to people who only want control, or to situations that are not aligned with your journey. Keep your peace close to you like breath, and you will always walk with power. Dignity is the invisible crown that rests on your head. It is not made of gold or jewels, but it shines brighter than both. Dignity is the way you carry yourself, the way you speak to others, and the way you allow others to speak to you. It is the quiet voice inside that says, I am worthy, I deserve respect, and I will not allow anyone to take that away. Yet there are people who will try to test this crown, who will ask you in their words or in their actions to lower it, to bend it, or to hand it over. That is when you must remember that once dignity is lost, it takes much more strength to rebuild than it does to protect it. When someone asks you to compromise your dignity, they may not say it openly. They may disguise it as love, they may cover it in promises, they may make it sound like sacrifice. But look closely. If someone asks you to remain silent when you know you should speak, they are asking for your dignity. If someone expects you to accept disrespect in the name of patience, they are asking for your dignity. If someone wants you to change who you are at the core just to fit into their picture, they are asking for your dignity. And you must understand, giving it away never brings you closer to them, it only takes you further away from yourself. Dignity is not pride, it is not arrogance. Dignity is the balance between humility and strength. It is the calm reminder that you are valuable, even if others cannot see it. A woman with dignity does not need to shout about her worth. Her presence already speaks it. That is why people who want control over you will always try to break your dignity first. Because if they succeed, they can take everything else with ease. But if they cannot touch your dignity, they can never truly own you. Think of dignity as the soil in which your identity grows. If the soil is rich and firm, your roots are deep, and your branches reach the sky. But if the soil is dry and cracked, because you allowed others to step all over it, then even the strongest tree will wither. Protecting your dignity means protecting the soil of your life, keeping it nourished with respect, self-belief, and boundaries. There will be times when you feel pressured to bend your dignity to keep peace, to avoid conflict, or to hold on to a relationship. In the moment, it may feel easier to give in, but what follows is heavier than the silence of conflict. It is the silence of self-betrayal. That silence lingers. It grows louder each time you ignore it, and one day you find yourself wondering where your strength has gone. The answer is clear. It left the moment you gave away your dignity. To keep your dignity, you must learn to say no with firmness, even if your voice trembles. You must learn to walk away from places where your crown is not respected. You must learn that your worth does not need to be proven through suffering. The ones who truly value you will never ask you to lower yourself. They will admire the way you carry your crown, and they will protect it alongside you. It is also important to remember that dignity begins with how you treat yourself. If you constantly doubt yourself, if you speak harshly to your own heart, if you accept less than you deserve from yourself, then others will follow the example you set. The way you respect yourself teaches others how to respect you. That is why self-care is not just about resting your body, it is about honoring your dignity. Every time you choose silence over gossip, you protect your dignity. Every time you stand tall in a room where people expect you to shrink, you protect your dignity. Every time you refuse to let disrespect slide, you protect your dignity. These are the small victories that keep your crown shining. A woman who holds on to her dignity becomes unshakable. She does not need to chase validation because she knows her worth is not determined by others. She does not need to fear loneliness because she would rather walk alone with dignity than be surrounded by those who try to steal it. This kind of woman becomes a light in any place she walks, and that light can never be dimmed. So remember, never let anyone convince you that love requires humiliation, that respect must be earned through silence, or that your worth is less than theirs. Protect your dignity with every breath, because when you stand in dignity, you stand in true power. Time is the one gift every human receives, yet it is the only gift that cannot be replaced. Money lost can be earned again. Opportunities missed may come back in another form. But once a moment passes, it will never return. Time is life itself, measured not by years on a calendar, but by the quality of each day, each hour, and each breath. That is why when someone wastes your time or asks for it without respect, they are not only stealing minutes, they are stealing pieces of your life. And as a woman, you must learn to protect your time as carefully as you protect your heart. There are people who will come into your life and always take your time without giving you growth, peace, or joy in return. They will call you only when they are bored. They will keep you in endless conversations that lead nowhere. They will distract you from your path with their chaos. They may say it is because they care. They may wrap it in friendship or even in love. But if they do not value your journey, then they are asking for your time in a way that drains you. Every great achievement, every fulfilled dream, and every inner transformation begins with how you use your time. If you allow others to fill your days with their demands, their complaints, and their emptiness, then your dreams will remain locked inside. Time wasted on people who do not respect you is not only lost time, it is stolen energy, stolen focus, stolen potential. Protecting your time means learning to recognize who truly deserves it. Your time should go to people who lift your spirit, who encourage your growth, who bring clarity instead of confusion. It should go to activities that nourish your mind, body, and soul. It should go to building skills, pursuing dreams, and deepening love with those who stand by your side. When you give your time to the right people and the right causes, your life blossoms. But when you give it carelessly, your life becomes filled with noise, and you wonder why nothing meaningful is growing. Often, people will test you with guilt. They will say that if you loved them, you would give them more of your time. But love is not measured in wasted hours. Love is measured in presence, in quality, in the energy shared. Giving someone endless hours while feeling drained is not love. It is sacrifice without purpose. And you must never sacrifice your time for those who refuse to honor it. Think of time as a river flowing steadily forward. You cannot hold it still. You cannot turn it back, but you can decide what you do while it passes. Some will sit at the riverbank, complaining about the flow, asking you to sit with them until you have wasted away your strength. Others will invite you to sail with them toward dreams and discovery. You must choose wisely who gets to share your boat. When someone asks you for your time without respect, it is not only about the hours you give them. It is about the opportunities you are losing in the process. While you sit in conversations that go in circles, you could have been learning something new. While you attend to their endless problems that they refuse to solve, you could have been walking closer to your own vision. While you keep them company in their comfort zone, you could have been growing into a stronger version of yourself. This is the real cost of giving time to the wrong people. Your time also reflects your self-respect. A woman who values herself does not allow her days to be consumed by meaningless distractions. She knows that each hour is sacred, each morning is a gift, and each evening is a reflection of how wisely she lived. She knows that her time is not for everyone. It is for those who honor her, those who appreciate her, and those who walk with her in mutual respect. It is not selfish to protect your time. It is wisdom. It is understanding that life is short and your purpose is too important to be delayed. The people who truly love you will never demand that you waste yourself for them. They will walk beside you, share in your growth, and value the moments you give them. Anyone else is simply asking for a piece of your life they have not earned. So, let your time be guarded like a treasure. Spend it where it brings meaning. Share it with those who value you. Invest it in dreams that make your heart alive. Because once a moment is gone, it will never come back. And your life deserves to be built on time well spent. Dreams are the fire that light up the path of your life. They are the inner vision that whispers to you when the world is quiet. The small voice that says you were made for more. The images that appear in your heart before they ever take shape in reality. Without dreams, life becomes only survival. With dreams, life becomes a journey of purpose and growth. This is why you must be careful with people who ask you to let go of your dreams, because in truth, they are asking you to let go of your future. There will be those who, sometimes softly and sometimes with force, will try to convince you that your dreams are unnecessary. They will tell you to stay small, to be satisfied with less, to stop reaching for something greater. They may do this out of jealousy, because your vision reminds them of their own abandoned potential. They may do this out of fear, because your courage threatens their comfort. Or they may do it simply because they do not see what you see. But remember, just because they cannot imagine it does not mean you are not capable of it. Your dreams are yours for a reason. They were placed inside you, not inside them. And no matter how much they demand you to set them aside, you must understand that living someone else's version of life while burying your own vision is the slowest kind of death. Each time you silence your dream, a piece of your spirit becomes quieter. Each time you push it away for the sake of pleasing others, you lose more of the fire that keeps you alive. Protecting your dreams does not mean ignoring your responsibilities. It means holding on to your vision even while fulfilling them. It means refusing to let go of what sets your soul on fire, even when others call it unrealistic. It means finding small ways to feed your dream daily, whether through learning, practicing, or simply believing. Because the truth is, dreams do not disappear because they are difficult. They disappear because you stop nurturing them. When people ask you to give up your dreams, they are often asking you to make their world more comfortable. If you chase your vision, you might outgrow them, and they fear being left behind. If you rise higher, you might no longer fit into the space they created for you. So instead of growing with you, they try to keep you where you are. And that is why you must be strong enough to say no, not only with words, but with action. Think of a flame in a dark room. It is small, yet it lights the entire space. If someone keeps blowing at it, hoping it will die out, the room will return to darkness. That flame is your dream. It may not be big yet. It may not have spread into the reality you imagine, but it has the power to brighten your life. If you let others extinguish it, you will walk in darkness even if everything else in your life looks complete. Your dreams also give you resilience. When challenges come, it is the dream that keeps you moving. When the weight of the world feels heavy, it is the vision of a better tomorrow that pushes you to rise again. Without dreams, obstacles feel like walls. With dreams, obstacles become stepping stones. This is why those who ask you to give up your dreams are asking you to weaken your own strength. And you must never agree to that. There is another truth to remember. Your dream is not just for you. It is also for the people who will be inspired by your courage, for the ones who will benefit from what you create, for the generations who will walk further because you dare to dream today. By protecting your dream, you are protecting a legacy that goes beyond your own life. So when someone tries to convince you to let go of your vision, pause and ask yourself whose voice matters more, theirs or the one inside me. The outside voices may be loud, but the inner voice is the one that knows your true path. And once you silence that voice, you silence your destiny. A woman with a dream is unstoppable. She does not wait for permission. She does not fear rejection. She does not shrink herself for the comfort of others. She understands that her dream is her compass, and without it, she would be lost. So, protect your dream with the same care you protect your peace, your dignity, and your time, because it is the bridge between who you are and who you are meant to be. Self-respect is the foundation of everything you are. It is the invisible strength that carries you through life, the quiet assurance that reminds you of your worth, even when the world forgets to see it. Without self-respect, no achievement feels complete, no relationship feels safe, and no dream feels possible. That is why when someone asks you to let go of your self-respect, they are asking for something far greater than they appear. They are asking you to hand over your very core, the part of you that holds your spirit together. It does not always come in clear words. Sometimes it comes in the form of tolerating insults and calling it patience. Sometimes it shows up as staying silent in the face of disrespect and calling it peace. Sometimes it appears as accepting less than you deserve and convincing yourself it is love. But deep inside, you know the truth. Every time you lower your head when your heart tells you to stand tall, you give away a piece of your self-respect. And once too many pieces are gone, you begin to feel empty, disconnected, and powerless. There will be people who want you to believe that self-respect is selfish, that it is pride, that it is arrogance. But in reality, self-respect is none of these things. It is the calm recognition that you are valuable, and that value does not decrease because others fail to see it. A woman with self-respect does not need to shout about her worth. She lives it in the way she carries herself, in the boundaries she sets, and in the things she refuses to accept. When someone asks you to give up your self-respect, what they are really saying is, let me treat you in ways you would never allow if you remembered your strength. And if you agree, they will take more and more until nothing remains. This is why protecting your self-respect is not only about you. It is also about teaching others how to treat you. If you accept humiliation once, it becomes permission. If you stay silent twice, it becomes expectation. But when you stand tall, when you walk away from anything that requires you to shrink, you set a standard that no one can ignore. Self-respect also shapes the kind of people you attract into your life. When you carry yourself with dignity, those who want to use you often leave on their own, because they realize they cannot control you. At the same time, people who value honesty, respect, and kindness are drawn to you, because your strength reflects their own. This is the natural law of life. What you hold inside, you invite outside. Think for a moment about a tree. Its branches reach high only because its roots go deep. Self-respect is those roots. Without them, even the tallest tree will fall in the storm. With them, even the strongest winds cannot break it. People may shake you, they may challenge you, but they cannot uproot you, because your self-respect keeps you grounded. Many women lose their self-respect not because they do not know their worth, but because they are afraid of losing people. They believe that if they demand respect, love will leave. But love that leaves because you stand tall was never love in the first place. Real love grows stronger when respect is present. Real love admires the way you honor yourself, and it mirrors that same honor back to you. There will be moments when you are tested, moments when silence feels easier, moments when lowering your head feels safer. But remember, each time you choose self-respect, you rise higher. Even if the world does not applaud, you rise higher because you remain true to yourself. And there is no victory greater than staying loyal to your own soul. So, never allow anyone to convince you that your value depends on their approval. Never accept less than you deserve in the name of keeping peace. And never mistake endurance of disrespect for strength. Your true strength lies in walking with self-respect, because when you honor yourself, you remind the world how you are meant to be treated. Protect your self-respect at all costs, for it is the one thing that once lost, takes everything else with it. There are people in this world who do not come to share your light but to dim it. They arrive with demands, with expectations, with a constant need to drain the energy that keeps you alive. They do not always show their intentions openly, yet slowly, they ask you to give away pieces of your soul until you feel weaker than before. Walking away from such people is not cruelty, it is wisdom. When someone demands from you what makes you smaller, what leaves you restless, what pulls you away from your true path, they are asking you to sacrifice yourself for their comfort. And a woman who continues to give in to this demand eventually forgets the power she was born with. There is a quiet danger in those who expect you to carry their chaos. They may say they need you. They may tell you that without you they cannot go on. But what they really mean is they want you to carry the weight they refuse to lift themselves. In doing so, they take away your peace, your clarity, and your strength. You begin to confuse their struggles with your own. And you begin to live a life that was never meant for you. But no one was born to live under the burden of another's refusal to grow. Walking away is not abandonment. It is refusing to drown in someone else's sea. People who weaken your soul often disguise their requests as loyalty. They may say, if you truly care, you will stay. But what they are really saying is, I need you to forget yourself so I can remain the same. True loyalty does not require you to lose your identity. True care does not ask you to walk in shadows so another can stand in the light. Real relationships, whether of love, friendship, or family, do not demand that you shrink so another can grow. They inspire both to rise together. When you allow people to weaken your soul, you begin to notice that your own dreams fade. The energy you once had for your goals is now spent solving problems that are not yours. The time you once gave to your growth is now consumed by endless drama. The clarity you once carried is now clouded by confusion. Slowly, you stop recognizing yourself. This is the cost of staying where you do not belong. This is the silent price of refusing to walk away. To protect your soul, you must learn to recognize when giving turns into losing. Giving is beautiful when it comes from strength. But giving that empties you, giving that leaves you broken, giving that steals the spark from your eyes is no longer kindness. It is surrender. And once you surrender your inner light, the world becomes darker, not only for you, but for those who need your strength as an example. A strong woman does not wait for permission to walk away. She understands that her soul is too valuable to waste on people who do not honor it. She knows that staying in a place that drains her is not love, it is imprisonment. She knows that walking away is not failure, it is freedom. Freedom to reclaim her energy, to return to her vision, to remember who she is. Think of your soul as a flame. It burns bright when protected, but if you surround it with constant wind, it will flicker until it dies. There are people who are like that wind, always taking, always disturbing, never allowing your flame to grow steady. No matter how much you try to shield it for them, they will continue to blow. The only way to protect the flame is to move it away, to walk where the wind cannot reach it. This strength to walk away is not easy, but it is necessary. It may come with silence, it may come with loss, it may come with loneliness for a time. But in that silence you will rediscover peace. In that loss you will discover clarity. And in that loneliness you will find yourself again. And what you find will be stronger, brighter, and freer than before. So never remain where your soul is weakened. Never stay with those who demand what steals your spirit. Walk away without fear, because the path you choose in strength will always lead you closer to the life you were meant to live. Life is too short to surround yourself with people who keep you small. There are individuals who will never celebrate your growth, never clap for your victories, and never encourage your progress, because your rise makes them feel uncomfortable. Instead of lifting you higher, they pull you back to the ground. Instead of speaking words that inspire, they speak words that plant doubt. And if you allow them to remain in your circle, you will start believing that their version of you is all you can ever be. This is why it is essential to choose carefully who walks beside you, because the people around you either push you forward or keep you chained to the same place. A woman's journey is filled with challenges, but the right people make those challenges lighter. The wrong people make them heavier. You can always feel the difference. When you share your vision with someone who supports you, they may not fully understand, but they give you encouragement. When you share the same vision with someone who keeps you small, they immediately point out the reasons you cannot succeed. They will say you are not ready, you are not capable, or you are reaching too high. What they are really saying is that they fear your growth, because it threatens the limits they have accepted for themselves. The danger of staying around people who keep you small is that over time, their words become your thoughts. Their doubts echo inside your mind until you begin to question your own strength. Their fear becomes your fear, and before you know it, you are living a life far below your true potential, simply because you allowed the wrong voices to guide you. To rise, you must surround yourself with those who lift. People who want to see you shine will never ask you to dim your light. People who want you to succeed will never feel threatened by your victories. They will clap the loudest when you win, and they will remind you of your strength when you feel weak. These are the people who deserve your time, your energy, and your trust. Choosing the right people does not mean you look only for perfection. It means you look for those who bring growth, honesty, and respect. The right people challenge you, but in ways that build you, not break you. They correct you when you lose focus, but they do it with love. They stand beside you in silence, but their presence alone reminds you that you are not alone. These are the people who help you rise higher without ever asking you to shrink. Think of your life like a garden. The people around you are either seeds or weeds. Seeds grow with you, they bloom with you, and they make the garden beautiful. Weeds, on the other hand, may look harmless, but they slowly choke the life out of everything good. If you do not remove them, they will spread until nothing can grow. People who keep you small are like weeds. They limit your growth until you no longer recognize your own garden. Protect your space, because your garden deserves to flourish. It takes courage to let go of people who do not celebrate you. It takes courage to step away from familiar circles that no longer serve your growth. But you must remember, the cost of staying is always greater than the cost of leaving. Staying keeps you trapped, leaving gives you freedom. Staying keeps you small, leaving helps you expand. And expansion is the very purpose of life. You are not here to live in someone else's shadow. You are not here to shrink yourself so others can feel tall. You are not here to carry the weight of people who refuse to rise with you. You are here to grow, to shine, to climb higher than the fears of those who doubt you. And if that means walking alone for a while, then walk alone with strength, because even in solitude, you are still growing. So never give space in your life to those who keep you small. Choose people who see your worth, who honor your growth, and who inspire your greatness. Because the higher you rise, the more you will realize that the ones who belong with you are the ones who never asked you to be less. My dear sisters, remember that your life is too precious to be given away to those who ask for what weakens you. Guard your peace, protect your dignity. Value your time, hold on to your dreams, and never compromise your self-respect. Walk away from those who drain your soul and choose only those who lift you higher. You were not created to live small. You were created to live strong, to grow, to rise, and to shine. May you always carry this strength with courage. May you always walk your path with clarity, and may you always stay true to the powerful woman within you. Good luck on your journey, and thank you.